levels.
Joy 99.7 FM.
Pulse and Chill is back, and we're giving you 5,000 reasons to mash up this season. Yes, just use more data and talk time when you mash up on *567# or exclusively on the MTN Pulse app to earn 4 times more points. And you could win up to 5,000 Ghana cedis cash in the Pulse and Chill promo. We also have lots of vouchers to your favorite restaurants and shops and loads of data to be won. From the 1st of October to the 30th of November 2020, simply use more mash up data and talk time to earn points, and you could be one of many lucky winners. Remember, the more you mash up on the app, the more points you get. MTN Pulse, just be. We did for you everywhere you go.
Abadu mienu me mawakwa ba joy edu akron kunu echi ponson premto breakfast boy. Midin the Benes Habube de Lance and answer Nedia, Ubetumi Fremi Rama. If you just tuned in, this is Joy's Midday News here, and don't be surprised to hear me speak in our local language. Today, Joy is going local. In Tiobete Semeka Santi Chika, Credu Baby Amede Fante Befra, Netunia Dindia, Brofona Nayebeka. Kasia Boy in so Woti and Kawa Love FM, I Wokumasi. And this station a Hodra, Fire Kasia Boy, Bini ATL FM, I Wogwe, Radio Max, at Watakrade. Riasia faneni now ubeti enka wa myjoyonline.com. Ad aka na ediasa ba kwa yede beko election. Aha ene wo election headquarters.
Which is not in the interest of the common good of the nation. Reject it. Speak against it.
En sama ya chichiri a yede bre we bi ne say in Shen Kafo Muang Loga Junction in Wokumase, where blame police for failing to ensure adherence to road traffic regulations, and this is after 3 people were burnt in an accident.
Police workers, if you say police for you much may and you for police for you much may I will hope I will say so better will be a or maybe enemy.
And an electoral commission for say invitation I want ya say womumra mashebedrefie embe tretremu or more preparedness for election or by too late into they'll make sure they will be appear now, so we'll get a reaction from Parliament. And now ya say yaba boy kriafo abaso ewo Ghana ha yebenya Minister for Food and Agriculture also say eduane boa ba from pa despite COVID-19.
In terms of unemployment, people have been laid off, companies are making losses and all that. But singularly, agriculture has proven, Ghanaian agriculture has proven that it is strong.
We'll be live in Techiman. Ehona, you respect the President Akufo-Addo, any Ekuafo, Ebeshia to celebrate the day.
Well, I will come out soon. Say Muno opening out that Ghana Football Association. I know you're a Keto Kreku. What share a Ghana League Clubs Association? Galka said one more coin. Emma Kuno.
Ana sanya ya no weekend na watwe ye bia no ye bremo ne wo join you se fidia wo multi TV so ye hihya ho sepe ene ani jensem ye de bremo nanso ene de it's been a display of Ghana's language diversity ha Joy 99.7 FM.
Adwenjeni koda na bi da so a erade de nsa be kan.
Wezolo akwafo nke monhulo ake sikato hiome.
Nanso Donald Trump say daily guide here ameke vote nana koni akadbenye kani.
Yeah, the bremo because Joy has decided to go local today. Any awoti enkrofo mo Angloga Junction e wo Kumasi awumusu after enkrofo miensa bia no mote tricycle mu aye friend no Prague anase mama kan do mu trailer bi bo won ku won eja to mo tricycle ni ma omuwu ya na enkrofo aye omu twa kwan no almost say aduwe taisi wo hopa omo gidi say anka police for betumia instill discipline among drivers ha omo drop off and pick up passengers for high betumi a solve a problem no and as I am longer intersection hono accidents taisi wo hopa involving articulated tracks na enkrofo mu use a kwan no almost say a police for no omo gina ho kwa omo hwema eniama ensese ekoso wo kwan no so ekoso insira fm obi de share ofori amanfo one a driver for any a passenger for bi akasa
so bon police for kase asechire ne say the police for no bakwa no mbehunu say entrance no masi no a omu nchi onum omu nyi omo hwe na omuko Oko from station the same thing. Yeah, Gragaja share the same thing. Omutimi choku na taxi se ewura mu ana omu mu kwa kotofe petrol no e filling station no no omu nya dabre. It is a car be fairly break free through a omu di sale mu nyina no ombe sofa. If you say police for you omadwuma ye e you for police for omu you omadwuma ye e wo ho amoma hu say se obetira wa ye tiwa obi adu a obebelenim omu ma megina e kwan ni mu saa kwan no omu gina na e na di problem ne ba the cost of hanging and say, a positive one when you come hosi. What's the original? I will load. So there's a maybe that I can say, Philip here, a big woman, and the baby ben say, oh, woman, and from Homla, a major baby. Think of the BC Kuran agency, or can't be a question. So say, boys, plagia, no bitna. Oh, can you go police woman and say, oh, my head, plaga for you, or say, in the Juma. So, but I can't plug us on social one. Because they plug us down and risky. So as I was showing, I can't get any BBC on the column. Never. The guy got to be just say, yeah, don't make a couple of hours a second. So we are no second.
And now what a driver for near passenger phobia or more train near Kosovo and Longa Junction in Wokumase. Na Sisia de Anamu senior or Asante Mantem. A friend or bid a shell for a man for an FM in a year, Juma, Wababa twice so Obedishe ultimate can. Obedishe, okay, I am a cell Obedishe ultimate Tim and Papa, and also you been no line so now ya police for about these allegations that are being leveled against them. Mumayan tuna asante mantem if you say nkrofo moti edujama ewo ahafo no southeast district almost say ehu abomo pa enano yawa dan nwumre emrantie bia yesi omukita etuo eto shomu so okromu ho nkrofo mo ye mobile money yajo musika ene omuniama ni na ewo mu se obi emprade na nso nkrofo ne se ehu abomo pa mami obeti ni ye friend Cynthia ne ba was a victim.
When our shops then we had a gunshot, so we were all afraid. We ran away from our shops, and then later we came back to block it. Before then, they've already robbed one of the MTN merchant mobile money shop. So from there, they came to another mobile money shop. But so unfortunately for them, the shop was locked. So they met the man and then they demanded money from him. From there, they came to my son's mobile money shop. And then they shot the gun, something like warning shots. So they told my son to bring the money. And then they told them to lie down. So they lie down and then one of my sons took the money and gave it to them. And the robbers came out and then they started shooting again on the streets. So it scared all of us, so we couldn't come out until they ran away before we all came out.
Mami outi ni your friend Cynthia neba nkrofo a young men bi omukita to a toshom so ewo kromu ho edujama na assemblyman a owo edujama Ismail Ajimai o say ahobabo onsem abafam pa wo ho na ogidi say omutimi si police station a ebebu akro no
because omutimi e be 13,000 Ghana cedis any iPhone almost that cost about 19,000 Ghana cedis and then phone hold 10 and then tally and about 1,000 Ghana cedis mobile money me sana omu the other people terminal kase omu source no ade omu slow system kakana aka no ko omu ko be so yi na ko fa na baba beje I feel I stop. This is stop. Me coach on the on my chat. I will be there. The case there. About Krum Kakra. If you know, and I think so. No more stress. So much say DC MP. That the police station. No more see what the jama. Omun way. And so many police for open phone kasa. That then yana police for ending and nine and then take the hour the jama in first time. Then by a corner so bad the and Diana. I like the back. I did correct police station. I will start then Omukuno. Opogobo Tukuno, and Archer back on the tobacco, and then Bra. Inside the back and the Abashaman from the money for the month.
Assembly member for Edujama Ishmael Ajman Outin and Kano Yanyan in TSA police for Akokruno so a young co ye earlier story ye de bro if we Angloga Junction or be the share of Oriaman for Ninshira FM ne Juma Obedishe ultimate car and conform more Angloga Junction or more the subwayable police for saying that the reason these accidents occur and then a police for Akafa Semihu.
Bennett, Mitchell can a year subwa or boy a police for Nina HSA. A quite local people Angloga Junction, free Angloga Junction, Echo a Dumuno, a filling station, total filling station, Ewo Unifaso pay. Now, I want to the no stop in the civil. Nanso na hona drivers na commercial drivers ni bebre no am church drivers ni bebre no ejina aya na omufa nipa edo omukukrom eno na eye adrafo yi bi eka ekirese senka empanyinfo hwe na police for hwe nka omayi omofro de mbra na ye adwuma enka hokra nka nya de nka trotro drivers for nka be makwan mo magina ho eno ntina akwaka wo bi senti se car ti free na so free break efriye ofori krom bi pon so sania onye ba bi amfane ni nkyere fi se car na nkasa na abodompim e wani mu ho a onye ba bi amfane team fight be ko wi ase no na fin ekuni pasa wo kyerese enye day di kan ni asa no mra no ekwanhia etumi si wo ho a enam so bi mana ye dadwene pa na nsem ye yadwene senke na police for watwin komo e wo ho na fin nkamu e na nso no ye nya police for enoma twetwen komo ho a yebu so e bom se ne be ya ye inside twin komo na fin enoma twetwen komo afa ne e ya driver for subu a omo de bom no na se munkyeremu bi ho a omo de be yan ya omo ma yensa so atumi akampani
Obedishe ye di besi ha ye da se Ahane Wabato headquarters. Nankane Mampengi John Dramani Mahama our Franca to former NDC4 or say Ahobam Bohun Sem Danakoma Sopa and he's promising to retool and resource security services. Sending over to me a fight crime ewo kronim na one enkrofo kasa ewo epuye mantim time omoje rally wo ho.
Every say, yes, a bamboo for you. It's no, you're a common vigilante for. Uniform.
These days, everyone is getting robbed because there is no fear of security personnel in the country. They've given the guns to their vigilantes. The money for uniform, they are using it on their vigilantes. Now, our prison officers, police officers, immigration and military men are not getting uniform. When you ask any policeman, they'll tell you they've not been given a uniform in over a year. So when you see the policemen with faded clothes, how will people fear and respect them? But the NDC will come again and correct all this. We will retool all the security agencies.
NDC abai bebe biom na ye sefata sa ye ma ye bambo kono ye beba beye
Yansa kaya na musini a owo epuye mantem Kofi Sian Kofi ye da se wabetwan wo the Joy Goes Local edition of the Midday News. Now, former president, no, you're not in TSA, who bambo some quan or kind, and then you know catch and crowford. Kofi, Mr. Kofi tea and papa. Kofi Sian.
Hello,
Kofi. Yeah, the best I am calling him, your Tumina stable connection. Yani Kofi Sian Bekasa. say the Mamin tried them account Santa Kakana, Electoral Commission boss, Jen Mensa, also invitation na Parliament for what the brand the ombe brief one on preparedness ahead of the elections. No, what it came quite late, and now so one on assurance there. Wobaba before the House rises. Sebeke and Nida, officials of the EC in check. They're supposed to appear. Now so it couldn't happen. MPs for no. Why there mixed reactions amongst them? Minority for no. Ekokitwa for no. Omubuefu pa. Almost say EC officials was snub one. My one leader Harun Idrisu or Bisa EC boss there. She should explain why she should not be cited for contempt for failing to honor their invitation.
Of her deputies or any other member or management of our electoral process from not participating in this exercise that were duly notified that she would be here, and probably she must give reason to Mr. Speaker and Mr. Chairman why she should not be cited for contempt. Because we raised this as business committee a week earlier. Leader responded a week after and gave us indicative that she would be here. And there are primary issues. One, matters relating to final certified voter register. Two, status of verification devices and equipment procured and the quantities and challenges to her budget, which is in her own interest that she must avail herself to respond to them. And in particular, the increasing of the polling stations is also provided for by CI. She cannot sumoto and unilaterally just increase it, which is not consistent with the law.
Penya oda ekokitwa mrashe bejefie Haruna Idrisu na wote nenka minority chief with Muntaka Mubarak on also say as a EC for no omo from ba mrashe bejefo omo time person mo beba.
There have been a lot of issues that relate to the Electoral Commission, but sadly the Electoral Commission consistently refuses to come to this house. No, you can, yes, they refuse because we have raised it for the past 1.5 years. And all the things the Electoral Commission is saying, either in its press release or in its press conference, I say they cannot be held against what they are saying, or they cannot be held accountable to the things that they say there. But anything they say on this floor, because this is the House of Parliament, can be used. So in all these deliberations that the questions, the civil society, everybody keep mentioning, the referee is the Electoral Commission.
We have a statement from the Electoral Commission. What's in their invitation or be too late, but or be try there will be appear before the House rises. Me uncle Kweku Asante or copy of Electoral Commission for one statement or brain details. Kweku Monkwe.
About to commissioner for the same be abetiga say omo ehun same and nam abe for titanke so say commissioner no emu mrashebedwa for fra wo fra won say won fa won hihye a wo de egu kwan mu no afi abatoɔ so no sɛ na ebe ya ebe kɔ so wɔ asomdie mu mbɛto anim commissioner for no say ɛyɛ wɔn wa nsɛm bi a amanfoɔ bi di atodwa fi sɛ mrashebedwamfoɔ nkrataa a wɔkyerɛw de ma wɔn no enu wɔn ntɛntɛm fi sɛ nkrataa no bedu wɔn atɔyɛ nkuada mmra na wɔn nyinaa apɔn efi adwuma mu na commissioner for no bi kura efi nkran ɛno nti wɔbɔ mrashebedwafoɔ mpanyinfoɔ amaneɛ sɛ wɔn ntumi ma ɛyɛ ɛda yawada na saturday na wɔn memene da na wɔn betia ba commissioner no pɛ sɛ wɔde tudwa sɛ ɛnyɛ no korɛ da sɛ commissioner no mpanyin maame gyin mensa ebu n'ani egu ɛyɛ mrashebedwamfoɔ frɛ so na emom mmerɛ biara a wɔto nsa frɛ no no ɔde ɔseɛ ɛyɛ ɔyɔ wɔn nti commissioner no sɛ wɔn ayɛ krado sɛ wɔbɛhyia mrashebedwafoɔ no na wɔde wɔn hyehyɛ a wɔde egu afi ho abatoɔ so no ato anim ɛyɛ ɔtena memene da obubuo da a ɛtɔ so ɛsɔn
Kweku Asante yɛda ase paa moma yɛnkɔ mrashebedwasie yana musini Joseph Opoko Gapo waba bɛtoa with more reactions from the house. Joseph mayen ti aseɛ ekuo ketewa ne ekuo kɛseɛ one reaction to this idea say Electoral Commission obeba memnida Joseph I am saying Nadia, your telephone lines near higher kakra. I said Joseph Untimin Timinka. Now so Naka Pese. All my Eko Kitwani Eko Kessie or more reaction to EC chairperson. As I mean, Mensaka Joseph, what's a menka? There be on Timinka, Mumayan Twasway. Medas say you've tuned into Joy 99.7 FM and then Midday News no Joy News goes local edition. Na ene da ye see ho say ye be celebrating farmers across the country. Na buying Minister for Food and Agriculture Dr. Akoto Usefri or say Ediane bo e from despite COVID-19 pandemic no. Na one Nkrofo kasa ahead of the celebration or say Ghana ya Greek sector no ding within the last 7 months ya de pa.
If you look at the impact of COVID on our total production, not only in Ghana, the whole world, all of them are going negative in terms of unemployment. People have been laid off, companies are making losses and all that. But singularly, agriculture has proven, Ghanaian agriculture has proven that it is strong, because you look at the situation today in terms of supply and demand of food. Everybody admits that we have very low food prices in the city. The farmers are happy because their productivity is going up. They are getting more money with the support of government subsidies and seed and fertilizer. So there's a lot to celebrate in this year's Farmers' Day.
That was a Greek minister. Dr. Akoto Owusu Efriye. CPP for one running mate, Professor Emmanuel Bobobi, or say, as a Ghana, attention while Greek nini na wo koko so, or per se, you make more investment into cassava cultivation, or say, ye and the ma, you bring a sikabebre, nanaya ojima, ewo more.
I'm taking you to my research farm, where over the years I've been developing or demonstrating mechanized way of planting and cultivating cassava up to harvesting. So you go there and then you see how cassava must be planted in the modern way. In fact, the demonstration plot is to actually come out with the correct protocol of cassava cultivation.
You have to be very careful when excavating the sand. You might end up damaging the cassava itself. Already.
The only thing that will change is the blade, which I have actually formulated for my PhD work, and it is reversible. So when one side is worn, you reverse it, and then it will do double the area. That's the only spare part. Otherwise, this is for life. And when you use it to harvest, it goes deeper than plowing. So it is like you have plowed. In fact, during the harvesting time, if you come and see it, when you harvest, the field is plowed. So you save time and energy and money on plowing. So it's a double operation. Then after that, you just ridge or harrow, and then you ridge and plant. So it is actually a very, very tropicalized innovation. It has been designed and developed like this from the German version to this one to actually be useful to the African farmer, because I'm a son of a farmer and then I know what goes into it. So it has been developed like this with the African farmer in mind.
Nana Yaljima and this our report no ebre yen utie prem to brekasiebo ewo joy doknun kunu echi ponsong. That's Joy 99.7 FM. And now yes, Joy goes local. And yeah, I'm trying to give the news in the local language. A lot of my colleagues have tried to do that. Later in the bulletin, yeah, bro, a wrap of all that's been happening today.
Adwendwene koda na bi da so a Awurade de nsa beka wo kwezolo akwafo nke monhulo ake sikato hiome.
Now Donald Trump say daily guide here ameke vote nana koni akadbenyekani.
John Mahama has a solid track record of investing in the health of Ghanaians. He built ultra-modern hospitals such as the Ridge Hospital, University of Ghana Medical Center, Bank of Ghana Hospital, Maritime Hospital, as well as many district hospitals, polyclinics, and CHIP compounds. The next NDC government will provide free primary health care for every Ghanaian. Our free primary health care plan will provide quality health care for all Ghanaians at no cost to the individual. Under this plan, no Ghanaian will pay for health care in district hospitals, polyclinics, health centers, and CHIP compounds. Free primary health care will eliminate cost barrier to health care and guarantee all Ghanaians universal access to quality health care. You will not need a national health insurance card to benefit from free primary health care. John Mahama, provider of massive hospital infrastructure, is ready to deliver free primary health care to all Ghanaians. Vote John Mahama. Vote NDC.
Yeah, that's a say. Only a joy 99.7 FM and prem to break a bono ye can in a local language. Hans, Obebrain, Agopra. Please, Hans, continue the sports.
Then it says, so a Ghana League Clubs Association, Galka Ekoshimuna, Oroda Ghana Football Association, and Mr. Keto Kriko PMO. Ninsama. Or the two Galka and not sure say they are Galka and Komoma Quine now a man football clubs are a work room hano omuntumi emekakuno.
When I walked through the gates, I saw Anita and my heart was gladdened because one of the requests that I want to place in front of the executives and members of this Galka is for us to expand to include women in not only the executive body of the League Clubs Association but also as key members of our dear association. Women's football has come to stay, and our desire for affirmative action to encourage more female participation in football across all fronts is still very, very key to us. For which reason, Mr. Chairman, again, I will respectfully ask that on your Executive Council we make room for women's football, and also let's bring on board all the women clubs, especially at the Premier League level, onto the mainstream Galka. I hope you would consider this request.
Well, yeah, opinion of that Ghana Football Association and no AGFA President Keto Kreku.
Hans, why are you Pamu? Answer my bro a wrap of what's been happening as Joy goes local. No, Mumayan Kotechiman, Bunoman Tim, ya Namu Senior Woho, Brea report. That's where we are commemorating the National Farmers Day. He's joined us with details. Hello, Anas. And then of course,
and the Minister of Fisheries and Aquaculture Development, Honorable Elizabeth Afonso. Our hope of the American country over the South Day.
Introducing a Minister for Fisheries and Aquaculture. We're expecting there the President will arrive in Tichiman anytime soon. In Tino, when that happens, you brought all the details. Now, so and now, so what is a make up to break as your boy war local language in my manning and their Joy has gone local into anchors, reporters, show hosts, and our producers. Yenina, we've been speaking the local language. Why a difficult kakra? Because my script is not written in Tree. I'm an American and I'm trying to do the translation on the spot. I'm American, I say. Well, here's a report on how the day has been so far by Hano Dami.
It all started with a live worship. Then the sermon for the day. When the Super Morning Show team arrived,
it was for me when you know when I call about the Super Morning Show do and they have some dubako. Let Dr. Dunsia.
The news.
Waka na eduasa ba kwa yedboto elections. Mema wakwa aba
akwafo nke monhulo ake sikato hiome.
Nanso Donald Trump say baby a o win no omonda so nkan abano. Na baby a o lose de omonja ya abato kan no ewo.
Newspaper review.
Daily guide here Ameke vote Nana Koni Akadbenyekani.
Unfortunately, I expect more from us during the day. But before we go now, Hosepe News, Becky, F1.
Merekwe ohai fonama. Me fonucho one love the kobolo enye hajila. Ta hajila ya gboglombela ne mi tibe mi de leader ke ha na the country should go forward. Elebe mi cho leader nueto that one of the kobolo enyo nyaya glomnam le e-vibes show so.
Of this country in power need to do find out all the places where we come short at health, roads, music, art industry, the environment, and choose promising, well-standing people that are not depraved and want. In ancient Egypt, which is Africa, when people came there to study, before you get to what you call your master's degree, you studied for over 30 to 40 years. To be called a master.
One of the kobolo ye ta wame hemes Eva Spenkopoa Joy News every Saturday. Indeed, see at 8:30 a.m. and Avakpo E-Vibes.
Becky Akpe, and that's how we end this edition of the Prem to Break Kasebo on Joy Edioknun Knue Chipong Song, Joy 99.7 FM. I really appreciate your company. Sepe more news and Pochoko, myjoyonline.com. Don't leave just yet at 1 o'clock. Yet the business news by Brewan. Right after this, a bit Dr. Mensur Tabo on Living Word. Midawana Sibibri.
When you want it.